Keilim, Perek Yud Dalid, Mishnah Zayin, 7th Mishnah, and the 14th chapter of Masechet Keilim. Okay, we're going to talk about an interesting case, okay, where the Mishnah is going to describe it. I'm going to first read the Bartenura to explain. Klei matachot shenitmeu b'meit v'nishberu. So you have a metal, can, let's say, okay, and nitma b'meit became tamei meit, and then you broke it. V'chazar v'asa mehem kelim bo bayom, and then you remade it. You smashed it. You have a metal can, okay, your metal can of beans. Then you crushed it and it became tamei. Oh, forget it. You crushed the metal can, and then you brought it back. And we learned chazru letumatam yeshana, and you returned it to it returns to original tumah. That we learned. Let's just go back. Perek Yud Aleph, Mishnah Aleph. We said klei matachot, metal kelim, pshutehem mekablehem tmeim. Like even they're simple pieces, and mekablehem, the mekabel, I think means, if I recall, the receptacles are tamei. Nishberu taru, if it became broken, it became tahor. But chazar v'asamem kli, if you returned and reinvigorated them, and you made them a kli again, then chazulu tumatama yeshana, then they return to their old tumah. So that we've learned. That's what we learned in Perek Aleph, Mishnah Aleph. Now, so the question is as follows: what happens? So I have this kli that I had a kli, I smashed it, and I returned it, I reignited it. But in this case, hizalehem be'odam shleimim, right? It became tamei. I have my coffee can, and I was like, okay, now I got to do what's called the haza'ah, the sprinkling of the Parah Adumah. I take it to my local kohen. He spritzes it with the Parah Adumah, and then I'm like, whatever, and I smash it, I give it up. And then I'm like, no, I want the coffee can, and I remake it. Do I have to wait now? Okay, I waited till the third day. Do I have to wait till the seventh day, or can I do it all in one day? So says the Mishnah the following: Klei matachot mitam'in umitaharin shvurin. Divrei Rabbi Eliezer. Eliezer says, no, it's fine. What he really means is, or let's see, Rabbi Yoshua says, Einam mitaharim ela shleimim. No, they can only become tahor when they're shalem. Ketzai. Well, what are we talking about? Hiza alehem, you sprinkled on them, right? You spritz on the Parah Adumah. Nishbru bo bayom. And then you broke a coffee can. You smashed it. Hiticham. Latich means you uncrushed it. You banged it out. Think. V'chazar b'hiza alehem shenit bo bayom. And then you spritzed it again. Harei elu torim di Rabbi Eliezer. Rabbi Eliezer says that's enough. You could spritz it twice on one day as long as you break it in between. Rabbi Yeshua says, no way. Ein hazaya pachot mishlishi ushvi'i. You can't do that. The only time you can spritz it, the only spritzing, the din of the Parah Adumah is you have to wait till the third day you spritz it after it became tamei, okay, and then you spritz it again on the seventh day. That's how that works. There's no workarounds. So why does this make any sense? How does Rabbi Eliezer Shita make any sense? So the Bartenura, I'm going to use the Bartenura explanation by way of a chart. In order to understand that, let's go back to our Mishnah that we learned in Perek Yud Aleph Mishnah Aleph. Now, we said, okay, Chazar v'asam mehem kliyim, it returns to its original tumah. Why? So the Tanakama felt that the reason was, it's a din d'Rabbanan. I mean, once you smash a coffee can, midoraita is not makabel tumah anymore. When you flatten it out and you remake your coffee can, it's a new kli. It shouldn't be tameh. Chazal said, no, midorabanan. We learned d'Rabbanan. We reignite, we reinvigorate the old tumah. Remember, we learned a bunch of halachot that seemed that this tumah was even more chamor, more strict than the other kind of tumah. Nonetheless, what was the reason? So that's a machloket between the Tanakama and Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel. The Tanakama said the reason was that we were afraid Shema yomu shviratam shel kelim mitaharatam utfila mitaharatam. So we learn. Remember, they would say, listen, just like I can spritz it, but also another way of making kelim tahor, if they're not tumat mei, if they're just regular tumah, not avatuma, but rishon the tumah, is by putting them in the mikvah. Okay, but I'm sorry. That's the way. That's tefillah. I'm sorry. Put it that you could break it. My apology. You could break it or put it in the mikvah. D'oraita. But if I break it, the rule is I don't have to wait till the nighttime. I don't have to do what's called herav shemash. But if I put it in the mikvah, then I would have to put it. I have to wait till the night, and people become confused, and then they would take it to the mikvah, but then use it immediately because they wouldn't distinguish between the two. Therefore, said the Tanakama, for all kelim, no matter what kind of tumah, you have to no matter what kind of tumah, the tumah is reinvigorated, whether it's tumat meit, rishon the tumah, any kind of minor tumah. And Shimon Gamliel said, no, it's not the chol tumah, rather tumat nefesh. Only tumat nefesh, meaning from a dead person, i.e. tumat meit. Why? Because Rabbi Shimon said, we're not afraid of the comparison between crushing it and putting it in the mikvah. Rather, he was afraid if a keli became tumat mate, meaning guy was person died holding the coffee can, that kli is avatuma. It's an avatuma. So I got to take it to the Kohen and spritz it with the Parah Adumah. And who needs that? I would just smash it. And he felt shama tishtakach torat mechatat minan kelim. People would forget that there is such a thing as torat mechatat. Just like, sometimes, you ever heard of the case where, they would say the Erev is down even though the Erev is up? Because otherwise people would not know. You can't carry outside. So too, Rabbi Shimon Gamliel said, that's why Chazal said, that's why the rabbi said, that even though you smash a kli, you still listen midrabanan and it's still tamei. Only for tumat nefesh. So let's go back to our Mishnah here. We're talking about the spritzing of the Parah Adumah, tumat nefesh. So I'm going to show you my chart. So Rabbi Eliezer said you can do it all in one day. He said, why can you do it all in one day? He said, listen, I hold like Rabbi Shimon Gamliel. And the whole point was, you're afraid that mechatat is going to be forgotten. And since you already did it, right? In our case, what did you do? You spritzed the coffee can, and then you smashed it. Now I want to know, if I fix it today, can I spritz it again? You already used the Parah Adumah, so I'm not afraid you're going to forget about the Parah Adumah. He said, Rabbi Shimon Gamliel said, "Achshashu." This is my words. The fear was maybe you'll forget mechatat from Keilim. So he holds like Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel, and therefore, since the whole problem is you'll forget, since in this case there was spritzing, then you can spritz it on the same day. You can spritz it right away. That's what he holds. Therefore, says Rabbi Eliezer, what he really means is, it become tamei, and you mitaher it. You spritz it before it became broken. It became broken. You fix it, and you can do spritzing again. That's why nishburu bo bayom. If you broke it that day, hiticham, you fix it, and then you spritz it. Hizar leim. Secondly, that day, harei elu tehorim. That's Rabbi Eliezer. Rabbi Shua says, what are you talking about? He doesn't hold like Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel in that Mishnah. The Chazal said, for all Keilim, you have to, they're all tamei d'Rabbanan. Therefore, even if it's tumat mate, if you're going to do tumat mate, it reinvigorates like the original tumah, and therefore you got to spritz it the normal way. En hazaya pachot mishlishi ushvi'i. All right, I hope I explained this pretty well. It's a little bit of a complicated Mishnah. I'll go back and show you the chart again. If you don't need to see the chart again, you can stop it right here, take a screenshot of the chart, take a screenshot and take a look at it. If you have any comments or questions, of course, feel free to send me an email at rspolter@gmail.com or WhatsApp. Join the WhatsApp group at this link, and you can WhatsApp me anytime you like. Make it a great, dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Make it a great day.